All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. Good afternoon. Welcome to the trading room. This was supposed to be the 12 o'clock session. We started a little bit late. All right, but welcome everyone. Let's get right into it. Markets are moving. The dollar is weak. The crypto is moving. Bitcoin, Ethereum is moving. The commodities are moving. Oil is moving. So the direction we've been talking about there, you guys have it. You guys can see it. All right. Yeah, the yen is moving. So the analysis has already been done. So what's important about this session is just to look at, like updates, but the analysis has already been done. On my watch list, I've had the yen on my watch list, the JPY. The only JPY that did not move is the USD JPY. But all of them moved apart from the USD JPY. Gold moved, silver moved, crypto moved, dollar is weak, the DXY is dropping, so the dollar is weak. So let's go through some updates, right? From my end, this has been my watch list since last week, 2 weeks ago. You've got the yen. Let's start with the yen. Euro JPY. We can see that it moved nicely, hit target. All right, it hit target. The next target obviously is here, but it hit this first target. We spoke about the yen pushing towards the upside. So the yen hasn't changed. All right, I'm still looking for upside on the yen. At the moment, I'm on euro yen. It hasn't changed. So if we do a bit of update, we are gonna have the following. Let me do this. All right. So euro yen is going back, is headed back to 187.9, right? 188 is headed back to 188. So this is the current trend. The current trend on euro yen, right? Of course, we've got the structure on the weekly time frame. And this is the structure here on the 8-hour, 4-hour time frame, right? So I'm still looking for more upside. The previous trades hit target, so we're still looking for more upside. All right. So euro yen is headed back to these zones. It breaks these zones. We're going back to 188. All right. So that is how we are looking at the moment. It broke also the previous structure. All right. The pound yen, the same thing as well. Let me see where the pound yen is. We've got there we go. We've got the pound yen also went up. The same with euro, or the same as euro JPY. All right. So this one is headed back to these areas, right? Like 219. But obviously it has to break this area, right? It has to break this zone first. So GBP USD, not GBP USD, but GBP JPY is still bullish, right? Still looking for upside here. So this would be the trend right here. This would be the trend. Let me see. Yeah, just waiting for setups here. Just waiting for my setups, for my entries, and then looking for upside. Yeah, looking for some upside. So for me, guys, I'm still bullish on euro yen, pound yen, all right? And all the other yen except USD JPY. We'll come back to USD JPY. And then you've got CAD yen. My goodness. CAD yen also pushed towards the upside. So I'm still looking for upside on CAD yen, right? That 188 on CAD yen 188. This is where I'm anticipating CAD yen to go. All right. It also has this order block here, this supply area here. So it breaks above the supply area, then we headed back to 188. So for me, this is the trend I would trade. Right. I would simply trade this trend. Just there. All right. Let me just have a look at the daily. Yeah, so this would be the trend I would trade. Simple. There was actually a trade opportunity. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. So when this correction was forming here, there was a trade opportunity towards the upside. Right, a trade opportunity towards the upside. So yeah, so still looking for more upside on the CAD yen. You look at the NZD yen, you look at the Swiss yen, the same, yeah? NZD yen, look at that. NZD yen pushed up as well, hit target as well. So let's go back. Remember, this is the target we have on NZD yen, 99. That's the target we have, 99. But obviously it first needs to break. If it can break the structure on 95.4, if it can break that, then we know we headed back to 99. All right. So nothing has changed on the yen. Still bullish. So from here on, looking for a break of this, then we'll be looking for setups after that. All right. So 99. And then you look at CAD yen 118. That's where we're going. All right. Swiss yen, the same thing. Swiss yen, it's first headed back to this zone. It's quite close to that zone. It's first going back to that zone. All right. This is obviously in line with the structure. So we've got this zone here on the weekly. It's almost there, right? It's almost there. It's almost there. We can see where price is coming from, right? So it's almost there. So yeah, so this would be the trend for me. This would be the trend for me. All right. So yeah, so the yen is still the same, right? I'm looking for more upside. The targets are there. So the only one that's been misbehaving is the USD JPY. But the USD JPY, the dollar and the yen are weak at the same time, right? The dollar and the yen are weak at the same time. So this will not be what I would look for. This will not be what I'd look for. So I'm going to leave out the USD JPY, right? Just take note. If you're looking at USD JPY, just take note of the following. Both currencies are weak. So that is not the scenario you are looking for. You're looking for one strong currency, one weak currency. But if both of them are strong at the same time, both of them are weak at the same time, it's a 50-50. Price can go either way. It's a 50-50. So that's why, USD JPY, it's not in my watch list. But the previous analysis was that we're going to go up. The previous analysis. All right. So the market did go up a little bit. It did go up a little bit, but you can see what's happening here. You can see what's happening there. So for me personally, USD JPY is not in my watch list until the pound, the dollar becomes strong again. But for me personally, it's not there. All right. So that is the yen. And then the commodities, my goodness, I hope you guys have kept a close eye on the commodities, right? I'm in a buy on silver. We spoke about the commodities. We spoke about getting a correction, short-term selling the correction, and long-term buying. Long-term buying the impulse, the trend. And yeah, so silver, I'm in silver at the moment. And I just want to show you something on silver here. So I'm anticipating silver to head back to, you know, to these areas here. So you see we're at the first touch, we've got the second touch. So now we are waiting for the third touch. So one of my targets is on that touch there. All right. So silver, the commodities have been moving nicely. Now, where are we with the commodities? This is where we are now. This is where we are, right? We are creating new structure. So price broke the previous structure. Seems like we're creating new structure. So for me, any correction I get, for me, it's a continuation, right? I'm looking for buys. So for me to buy this, I'm looking for a correction to form first for me to buy this. That's how it is. And I think we're going to get a bigger correction. I think we're going to get a bigger correction because we're looking at this now. I'll show you guys just now. So there's a particular structure here. There's a particular structure which obviously is not on the higher time frames, but the lower time frames, which could complete anywhere where price is. So there is a possible shift to the downside that could be coming, right? We've got a 5-wave structure here, a 5-wave structure. So we've broken above the start of wave 4. So we're creating wave 5. So we're creating wave 5. So now there's supposed to be divergence. There's supposed to be divergence between, let me show you, according to the rules and the guidelines of this particular structure, there's supposed to be divergence between there and there, right? So let's see if there's divergence. So there is divergence that's forming, right? There is divergence that's forming. So between waves 4 and 5, 3 and 5, we're supposed to be getting divergence here. So we're getting divergence. So at some point, we could be getting another correction at some point, right? It could be there, or price could retest that zone, but we could be getting a bit of movement towards the downside. So yeah, but it doesn't matter whether price corrects or not. This is my move. This is my trend. Here, if you look at gold, the same thing. Let me show you what gold is doing. So it has broken out of this. We can see, right? So from this area here, it has broken out. So what does this mean? It means we could get some more orders towards the upside. There, right? So I don't have a trade on gold, but I'm looking for a buy on gold, and my target on gold is all the way up here. That's my target on gold, right? So along the way, I will have other targets along the way, right? But the ultimate target is there, right? That's how I'm positioned on gold. So now we have broken out of this resistance. We could get more upside orders here, all right? And if that happens, then I want to be buying this. So that's how gold is doing. So for me, I'm not interested in selling gold, right? I'm not interested in selling gold. My interest is just buying it. So my focus, let me do this. Yeah, as long as it has broken these structures, to me, the trend is still strong, yeah? The trend is still strong. So all I'm waiting for is for price to correct before I look for a continuation up. That's it. That's just my plan on gold at the moment. Let me do this. That's my plan on gold at the moment. If I can just get a correction, I'll be looking to jump in this trend, or to join the trend rather. All right, so there's nothing much at the moment. Just going to wait. Yeah. So silver for me, it's bullish. All right, my interest is buying silver. Gold, the same thing. My interest is buying the gold. That would be nice, that correction. Getting the correction. Yeah, definitely. And depending on how the correction is, that correction could be a trading opportunity as well. Right? Depending on how it is, that correction could be a trading opportunity, like a short-term sell. So something like this, something like this can be a short-term sell while you're waiting for buys. A correction like this. That's what I'm talking about. So let's see if you're going to get something like that. All right. So this is how the commodities are, yeah? This is how things are looking with the commodities. So the yen, still the same. Commodities, still the same. The dollar is weak. So obviously, you would sell the dollar and buy the pound. You buy the euro against the dollar. So the DXY right now is pushing down. So the dollar is weak. And this is one of the things that is adding to Bitcoin and Ethereum pushing up. Ethereum pushing up. Look at that. Whew, my goodness. Yeah. We spoke about Bitcoin. I know that Ash also showed you guys Bitcoin, that we're going to go up. We're going to go to 67,000 first. So we went to 67,000. We've broken that. And now we're pushing up. So Bitcoin, guys, right? I told you about the indicators of Bitcoin, like your liquidation heat map, your ETF flows, your fear and greed index, all of those indicators, right? So according to the sentiment, as far as the sentiment is concerned, as far as the, basically sentiment from the institutions, as far as all of that is concerned, there is a lot of upside on the crypto, particularly Ethereum as well as Bitcoin. There is a lot of upside, all right? That's why we're getting this aggressive move. At the same time, the Clarity Act, the Crypto Market Structure Bill, the Clarity Act is getting close to, to being passed, to being passed into law. There's a lot of pressure now from the US president for that bill to be signed into law. So it seems like the markets, looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, one would wonder if the institutions know something we retail traders don't know. Looking at the reaction here, there's something the institutions know that we retail traders don't know. Because if there was, I think it was 1.2 billion worth of short positions that were closed, leveraged short positions that were closed sometime this week, right? I think it was at the beginning of the week. There was positions with 1.2 billion short positions that were liquidated. And then you've got now ETF inflows, right? Meaning the BTC ETFs are being bought. So that pushes the price towards the upside. So that is all institution. It's not retail. It's all institution. So it seems like there's something institutions know that maybe markets don't know. And if that's the case, if my thoughts are, if this is reacting to what's coming. What's coming is obviously the Clarity Act. The markets are waiting for the Clarity Act. So if this is reacting already to the Clarity Act, then this maybe tells us that it's close to being signed. There's a push from the president for it to be signed. And once it's signed, then we could get something like this. We could get something like this, right? It's similar to what the oil has been doing. If you've been following the oil as well as the Middle East conflict, you would remember that there are times where the US president would come and say, look, we have signed the deal with Iran. Iran wants to make a deal. We are talking to Iran. We've signed the deal. That's what the US president has said, which was not the truth. Looking at everything now, that was not the truth. I don't know why he would say that. So whenever it comes out and say, hey, look, there is a peace agreement between the US, Israel, and Iran, then the market would jump, right? But now we've seen that, and then Iran would come and say, but no, there's no peace deal. There's been a lot of those instances where Iran would say, no, nothing has happened. But now my point is the markets would jump. The markets would jump before something happens. So if the president would come out and say, hey, there's a peace deal, the market would jump, right? So imagine if the peace deal was signed and the market has jumped already, right? So oil would go down because of the comments, but not because of the reality, all right? And imagine if oil has gone down and the deal is signed, and the deal gets signed, right? That will push oil even further towards the downside. So this is the markets reacting to what's coming. So it seems like gold and Ethereum is reacting to what's coming. And if that happens, then we're likely going to see Bitcoin doing this. We've been waiting for this move. All right. So I'm not going to forecast and say we're going to go up as yet. I think we know better, right? I think you guys also know better. We're going to take it one piece at a time, right? This is a puzzle, one piece at a time. So for me, if it continues to create, corrective structures, then this would mean we're going to go again towards the upside. Just like this one here. Just like this one. This was a corrective structure. So if it forms another one, then we're going up again. We are going up again. That's it. Together with Ethereum. Look at Ethereum. Whew. It went up. The analysis has always been we're going to go up. So it passed 2,000, 2,300. Let me go to the weekly. Let's use the daily. It's fine. All right. So where could this possibly go now? Let's see. So you see right now it's on a supply zone. So Ethereum is on a supply zone right now. So what we would want to see is it going to break the supply zone? Will the supply zone hold price? If it breaks the supply zone, we have another weekly time frame supply zone here as well. So these are two supply zones. So if it breaks this one, then definitely it will go to the next supply zone. All right. So that's how Ethereum is looking at the moment. So Bitcoin is still bullish. So first is headed back to, I think, where it is right now. Right here. That's where it's going, right? It has touched that zone. So from here on now, if we're looking for more buys on Bitcoin, it's either this is going to create a continuation pattern for us to start looking, to look for setups. It's either going to do this, or it will first break, come back down for a correction, and then continue pushing up. Something like this. But it has to break the zone if it's going to go towards the upside, more towards the upside. It has to break this zone. Yeah. So let's see what's going to happen. But it's looking good for upside. Looking good for upside. And then you've got the indices, right? The indices, I'm out on, I got out on US 30 and I got out on Bitcoin, right? I got out, the longs I was holding, I got out of them. But this doesn't change the setup, all right? So remember, on NASDAQ, we've got these two possibilities on NASDAQ, right? So everything is bullish. The trend is bullish long term. So because of this formation here, there is a possibility that because of the bullish trend, we're going to get a continuation here, which is what I'm looking for, right? Which is what I'm looking for. This would continue the bigger trend. But there's a possibility that before price goes up, it can still come back down to this low. It can still come back down to this low, break the low, and create a new low. There's that possibility, right? So where the market is right now, if the market was to go down, it's going to come back down to this low because of this formation. Because of this formation. Right? That's what it's doing right now. So if it was to go down, which is going to be trading opportunity if it goes down, it's coming back down here, right? Then I'd be looking for the market to first break for me to buy. So I might sell this if it goes down short term while waiting for this buy. But at the same time, it can still go up because the formation is already finished. This is the formation. It's already finished. So if it expands itself, if this formation expands itself, then we're going to get a move towards the downside. So what I'm trying to say is down here, right? This is where we could get some liquidity, right? On this low down here, there, for price to go up. But it can still go up because it is already going up. So it can still give us a continuation. This is what's, I don't want to say what's moving NASDAQ right now, but it's trading within this at the moment. It's trading within this. So we want to see if it will break up or if it will go back down first before it breaks up. And it doesn't matter what direction, we're going to get. It will be a trading opportunity. It's all about looking for your setups. It will be a trading opportunity. You see what I'm talking about? So yeah, so NASDAQ, this what's, how it's looking. US 30 as well, right? So it's giving us more like a deep correction there. A deep correction, right? Looking for a continuation as well. So this one is on the 61.8 now, right? It's bouncing on the 61.8. So we could get a bit of support there and demand towards the upside. So still looking for this. So I'm looking for my buy setups. As long as it's somewhere here, as long as it's here, I'm looking for my buy setups, right? It can still go a little bit further to this area. Yeah, basically where it is right now. It can still drop a little bit further, but the more it drops, the more I'm looking for buys. All right. If it changes the trend altogether or the structure, giving us a new structure, we'll come back and talk about and see what the structure is, right? So for me on NASDAQ, still looking for this. If it comes back down, I know that I'll be waiting down here. I'll be waiting down here for this, right? US 30, where the market is right now, I'm looking for my setups, right? I'm not just going to buy. I'm looking for my setups. I'll look at what the 1 hour, if I get my confirmations on the 1 hour, of which at the moment, no, there's nothing for me on the 1 hour at the moment. The 4 hour, there's nothing. Yeah, I'm just going to wait for this. I'm going to wait for this. All right. So that's how things are looking, right? Nothing has changed except the dollar, right? As far as the analysis we went over, with you, I went over with you. Nothing has changed except the dollar. The yen is still weak. We're taking advantage of a weaker yen. Gold and silver are going up. So we want to buy more silver. We want to buy more gold. And then the indices, I'm still bullish on the indices. Looking to buy, to enter again on the indices. And then as far as the dollar, that one is weak. That one is weak. As long as the DXY continues to go down, that's a weak dollar. So, yeah. So you would sell the dollar. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's an overview. That's an overview of my watch list. An overview of my watch list. Yeah, straightforward. Hope you guys got some really nice opportunities on the yen, especially on the yen, right? As you can see, there's been a correction and a continuation up again, right? There was a trading opportunity, of course, after this correction here, right? Hope you guys got the JPY, even if you've missed gold, but at least JPY, one of the JPY pairs. All right. So there we go. So Ash is going to be back with you guys at 3. All right. It's going to be back with you guys at 3. From my side, I'll see you guys next week. Right? Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. I'll catch you guys next week. Cheers.